social isolation. So now we're on something again I know quite a bit about. So the fact is, social isolation does lead to a higher risk rate of developing some form of dementia. Anyone who's like a loner like me, or most of their life's been spent on their own without friends and by choice, and things like that, do have a higher risk of getting dementia. But why? Why is that? Why should that be? And not by a small amount either. The studies have shown that people with that live most of their lives in social isolation, or have very little interactive socialness, with people, have a 60% more risk rate of getting dementia. 60%. I mean, so clearly that's another point for me in that one, but let's see if we can find out why. So the facts bear out the truths of that, as it's married people or people in partnerships of whatever setup they got, are less likely to develop dementia than people that live a singular solitary life. Again, it's a fact. Reasons behind it, not sure. I'm guessing it may be something to do with keeping your brain active. Being sociable, it lifts your libidos and your adrenaline sometimes if you're doing like sports things like that, or in your interactions, dancing. So social interacting has lots of physical pluses as well as just the chatting. And obviously if you're sat on your own, you're not even talking, so you're not using certain parts of your brain, whereas if you're in a party, for instance, or in a group of people, or even just sat chatting to your best mate or your loved one or something, partner, and that, you're interacting, you're using your brain constantly, you're keeping it going. And one psychologist that I met shortly after I got my diagnosis, he said, yeah, and he said, my advice to you would be, a good thing to do is just keep doing things, keep talking to people, keep chatting, keep doing things, even if you're just talking to yourself in the mirror, like, I've done that all my days, I think, mostly. But just keep doing things, like, and I think socializing forces you to do that, interact and do things like with other people, like, there is a thing called cognitive reserve, and I think that's built up within people that socialize a lot. So where you have people that are loners, more likely to get dementia, or people that are very intertwined with lots of other people, party goers, if you like, or that socialize a lot, they're less likely to get dementia. So party away. My advice then, I guess. So you've got things like, if you are on your own, like, and you're a bit worried about continually being on, you go to find an art club or something, or what else have we got here? Adult education, sign yourself up to do a degree or something, or some sort of course online even, because that generally involves team meetings and things like that. Find a university that you could physically go to, like, pick up a musical instrument, join a band, like, volunteering is also a good one as well. If you volunteer to go and help at the local dementia club, you'll soon find out why it might be a good idea to keep socializing with people, because you'll see things there that you've never seen before in people, like, some of it's not good, but it is what it is, like, I know I'm going to be there one day, and that's why I'm doing these little short videos, like, to try and persuade as many people as I can to alter tiny little tweaks in their life so that they don't end up like I'm going to end up. So basically, if you are with somebody and they're saying to you, oh, you're like, you're doing things that aren't right, like most for a period, and they turn around and if they use this sentence to you, you're driving me mad, you're driving me insane, like, you can legitimately now say to them, well, actually, I'm talking with you, even if it's an argument status. So therefore, I'm actually saving you from being insane or developing dementia. So that's one way of looking at it. Now, there's always a silver lining, isn't there, somewhere along the line? Anyway, I think that's all I've got on social isolation. Obviously, it's a choice thing sometimes. Sometimes it's not a choice thing. But if you are alone, and just message me. I'll talk to you. Bye.